Who's Afraid of the Dark? A story about being brave. It was a busy day on Sodor. Henry had spent the day pulling heavy cargo to and from Brendan docks. He needed to rest, so the Fat Controller asked Gordon to pull the flying kipper that night. The kipper is filled with fresh fish that must get to the mainland before it spoils, the Fat Controller explained. And I'll need you, Gordon, to get it there. Yes, of course, sir, Gordon replied. But he was not very happy about this job. I had a busy day too, he moaned. And now I have to do Henry's nighttime run. It just doesn't seem fair, if you ask me. But the real reason that Gordon did not want to pull the flying kipper was because he was scared of the dark. Imagine a big, fast, splendid engine being afraid. Gordon was embarrassed that he was scared. Gordon imagined all sorts of scary things at night. There could be creepy creatures lurking everywhere, just waiting to frighten him. Even noises that never bothered him in the daylight scared him, because when the sun went down, everything was different. After the Fat Controller left Tidmouth Sheds, Thomas turned to Gordon. "Gordon," he said, "shouldn't you go and get the flying kipper? It's getting late, you know." Gordon rolled his eyes at Thomas. "Yes, I'm going," he grumbled. Then the big engine pumped his pistons and puffed off to collect the flying kipper. He had not gotten very far when two spooky yellow eyes blinked at him from beside the tracks. "Fizzling fireboxes," said Gordon nervously. "Steady now. You are a fast and powerful engine. There's nothing to be afraid of." But as he chuffed along, Gordon passed a billowy white shape blowing out of the station house window. "Nothing to be afraid of, except for ghosts," he yelled. Gordon started to hum a little tune to stay calm. It was working until he passed by Farmer McColl's barn, for there, on the side of the building, was a giant winged monster, whooshing, wheeshing and flapping furiously. "Bubbling boilers!" cried Gordon. "I've had enough. Flying kipper or not, I'm going back to Tidmouth Sheds." When Gordon arrived at the sheds, Henry looked puzzled. "Gordon," he said, "back so soon? Is everything okay?" "Well," Gordon said, "I did not actually deliver the flying kipper. I was delayed." "Delayed?" Henry repeated. "By what?" Gordon began to huff and puff before he spoke. "First by a creepy yellow-eyed creature, then by a white whooshing ghost, and finally by a frantic flapping monster." Thomas woke up just in time to hear Gordon talking. "Gordon," said Thomas, "there must be some mistake. I'm sure we can explain everything that you saw." Suddenly an idea flew into Thomas's funnel. "Come with me, Gordon," he said. "We'll go get the flying kipper together. I'll show you that there's nothing scary out there." As the two engines chuffed along, they passed the blinking yellow eyes on the side of the tracks. Thomas shined his lamp at the creature. "You see, Gordon," he said, "it's only a fox." Next, the engines passed the station house, looking for Gordon's ghost. Again, Thomas shined his lamp at the window. "Bust my buffers!" cried Gordon. "Why, it's just the curtains." The big engine felt silly for being scared. Finally, as they puffed past Farmer McColl's barn, Thomas saw Gordon's creepy, flapping creature. "Your monster is only a scarecrow," said Thomas. "The shadows on the side of the barn made it seem really big in the moonlight." Gordon looked over at his friend. "I feel so much better, Thomas. Thank you." "You know, Gordon," said Thomas, "you can always tell a friend if you're feeling scared." "You're right, Thomas," Gordon said. "I was afraid to pull the flying kipper in the dark, but I know that I can do it now. I just needed a little help." When Gordon returned to Tidmouth Sheds, the other engines told him how brave he was. Percy even shared a story about when he was afraid of the dark. "Once I had to pull the mail train at night to make a special delivery," said Percy. "Suddenly I came across a giant bear on the tracks, and I was really scared. I didn't know what to do until Henry came along. We blew our whistles really loudly to wake up the bear." "And when I turned my lamp on it," said Henry, "we saw that Percy's bear was just a big old pile of logs. Phew!" The engine started to laugh. "See," said Percy, "it's always good to tell a friend and ask for help if you're scared." "And you should keep your lamp on at night," said Thomas. "That way you can see what's really out there." "Sometimes I even keep my lamp on when I'm back in my shed," said Henry. At last Gordon closed his eyes and settled in for the night. He was drifting off to sleep when he suddenly heard a loud creaking sound. "Probably just crickets," he said nervously, "but I think I'll keep my lamp on, just in case." In no time at all, the big brave engine was fast asleep. Really useful stories can help children talk about new experiences. Here are some questions about this story that can help you talk about friendship and being brave. Why didn't Gordon want to pull the flying kipper? What did Gordon do when he was scared? What did Thomas tell Gordon after hearing what Gordon saw? How did Gordon feel after seeing what was really out in the dark? What did Henry and Thomas think Gordon should do if he ever felt scared?